Good day, ladies and gentlemen from VinUniversity. Let's start this presentation with a scenario. Okay, so imagine you're a baby in Vietnam. You might be born in VinMec Hospital, study at Vin School, live in Vinhome's residential area, and your parents might drive a VinFast car, shop at Vincom malls, and enjoy VinPearl Resorts holidays. So Vingroup's remarkable cradle-to-grave ecosystem caters to every stage of a Vietnam person's life cycle. Yet before Vingroup became a giant today, it was a small noodle company. Our question is, how did Vingroup grow from such humble beginnings into Vietnam's biggest conglomerate? We believe the answer lies in three factors, which we call 3H: head, hand, and heart. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Vicky from Team VinUniversity Vietnam, and today we are here to invite you to explore how 3H turned Vingroup into a rising dragon that put Vietnam on the map. This is our agenda today, and let's dive straight in.
Hello, my name is Nga. Before analyzing that amazing 3H recipe, I'll briefly introduce about Vingroup, our national pride. Vingroup is the largest conglomerate in Vietnam by its market cap. It is headed by the first Vietnamese billionaire, Mr. Phan Hai Dang. They operate on many different fields and industry, but their core business are real estate, industrials and technology, and service. Vingroup is a parent company that owns many subsidiaries, each with separate business responsibilities. You can see in the chart right here, these are all well-known brands under Vingroup ecosystem that you may come across when visiting Vietnam. Over the past 28 years of development, Vingroup has steadily maintained its leading positions in the private sectors in Vietnam. It first began as a food company, just a very small food company. So what are the key turning points crucial to Vingroup's success today? My colleague Vicky will reveal the answer.
Yes, so Vingroup's journey has spanned for over 28 years, and we have identified three key milestones to its success. The first milestone came when Vingroup was born as Technocom in Ukraine and originally produced Mivina instant noodles, which quickly became Ukraine's most loved dried food brand. We believe that Vuong's time in Ukraine, a communist state similar to Vietnam, was formulated to his success later on, because at the time Ukraine was moving from a centrally planned economy towards a socialist-oriented market economy, something that was very similar to Vietnam's future path. And this time in Ukraine was sort of like a time machine that let Vingroup see 10 years into Vietnam's future. For instance, Vingroup was able to foresee that Vietnam's emerging middle class would soon have appetites for leisure and consumption, thus creating a steady customer basis for Vincom shopping malls and VinPearl resorts. The second milestone began when Vingroup started to develop its comprehensive ecosystem and make a household name for itself. In 2002, Vingroup commenced its Vietnam operations by launching Vincom Center Ba Chieu and VinPearl Nha Trang, Vietnam's first modern retail mall and five-star resort. And over the next decade, the group continued to introduce brands such as amusement parks, hospitals, K-12 education systems, and supermarkets, slowly building an ecosystem that would become its biggest competitive advantage. This competitive advantage would allow the group to vertically integrate by controlling supplier to manufacturing and customer service and share research and development resources between its different subsidiaries. It would also allow Vingroup to horizontally integrate with many mergers and acquisitions. And most recently, the third milestone came in 2018 when Vingroup changed its vision to become a tech and industrial company rather than a real estate company with the introduction of Vin smartphones and VinFast cars. This change mirrored the Vietnam government's goal to become an industrial and digitalized nation by 2030 and led to the formation of many new R&D companies in AI, big data, and bioengineering, while selling unrelated businesses to optimize resources. As the world becomes increasingly tech-focused, this decision is key for Vingroup to master core technology, penetrate international markets, and start an ambitious journey to become leaders of the future. Vingroup's development goes hand in hand with the development of Vietnam, making it a representative national brand. But what sets them apart from other domestic companies? My colleague Linh will now further analyze the 3H recipe.
So 3H is the secret sauce that transforms Vingroup from a euro to a hero. Head is the entrepreneurial mindset. Hand is fast and high quality execution, and heart is national spirits. So let's start with head. The philosophy of forever an entrepreneurial spirit drives Vingroup toward the top position in Vietnam with multi-sectors, creating a well-rounded ecosystem of Vingroup. Since the beginning, they dared to take risks, challenge the status quo, and pioneer in essential sectors in Vietnamese economy. In Vietnam, they launched the first modern retail mall, first five-star resort, first smartphone brand, and first car brand. Of course, risks are not without occasional failures, but the first mover advantage allows them to grasp the majority of market share. They are miles ahead of their competitors who may have started from the same real estate base, but never venture out into the new sectors. And when Vingroup did create a successful foundation in a new sector, it keeps innovating itself. VinFast, its transportation brand, made its first car debut at the Paris Motor Show in 2018. Only 2 short years after its inception, VinFast is now one of the Vietnam's most beloved transportation brands, with the largest market share in the A segment, the premium midsize sedan, the premium midsize SUV segments. And more importantly, it has just launched the electric cars among the few international players over the world. With its own advantage when expanding from available sectors, Vingroup has a solid customer base it can make use of along its ventures. And the second ingredient is the hand. Can you imagine this desert half land and half sea islands would turn into a 5-star resort within only 7 months? And Landmark 81, the 15th tallest in the world, was finished in only 2 years. And these are only 2 out of many projects constructed by Vingroup at lightning speed. Many people believe that speed and high quality cannot go together because streamlined operations, extreme discipline, and resourcefulness. Vingroup proves otherwise. Fast speed allows a business to quickly penetrate into the market, and high quality allows it to dominate the market. And furthermore, Vingroup taught us a great lesson about learn fast and fail fast. When they quickly closed their businesses with little growth potential or small market size, they once introduced their plan to launch their own travel and life VinPreneur in 2019. But 1 year later, the decision was canceled since they saw little chance to be a market leader in Vietnam. Vingroup has done a good job with their hands. The last salt in the recipe is the heart. So how does national spirit distinguish Vingroup from other businesses? Many companies see profit as an end goal, but Vingroup sees profit as a means to nation building. This is reflected in their mission to create a better life for the Vietnamese people for 20 years until 2020. Their commitment to improving quality of life in Vietnam leads to high customer loyalty, which means every new product receives overwhelming domestic support. Vingroup, a passionate philanthropist, known for their using car factories to manufacture COVID-19 ventilators, and their VinFuture Prize Fund also sponsor life-changing scientific achievements all over the world. This nation-building spirit has Vingroup attract Vietnamese talent worldwide, which shares the vision of bringing Vietnam to the global stage. For instance, Professor Vũ from Yale University has joined Vin Big Data for a project on decoding Vietnamese genes. And up next, now we introduce the challenges and opportunities that Vingroup will encounter in the future.
So from this year onwards, Vingroup will penetrate into a new international playground with its golden child, VinFast. Its IPO in the US is expected to worth $60 billion. So in this global arena, will 3H be enough to succeed? Entrepreneurial spirit makes Vingroup becomes the pioneer and market leaders in Vietnam. So will their current levels of entrepreneurship be enough to compete with such global giants? VinFast rightfully focus on electric cars rather than traditional fuel ones. Electric vehicle market is promising, yet challenging with many well-established automaker brands such as Tesla, BMW, or Nissan. So we recommend Vingroup to take calculated risks, identify niche markets to employ creative pricing strategy and marketing strategies. What about the hand of execution? Vingroup has been able to maintain lightning speed and quality so far. However, the COVID-19 pandemic has disrupted global supply chains, throwing the world off tracks. As Vingroup's plans, such as the VinFast IPO, might be delayed, and we recommend that they use this time period to strengthen core competencies to minimize reliance on foreign suppliers. And last but not least, in the heart, with a strive from national to global, Vingroup's mission changed from to create a better life for Vietnamese people to create a better life for everyone since 2020. As they expand their hearts to improve lives everywhere, we recommend increasing strategic partnerships with key local and global players. To wrap up our presentation, I'll go over some key points. Vingroup's success today, we believe, is largely attributed to the 3H recipe. The head represents entrepreneurial spirit, the hand represents its fast and disciplined execution, and the heart lies in the national spirit for Vietnam and for the world. Our team hopes that this 3H recipe is a great lesson that any business can learn. We would like to end our presentation with this quote: "The product of the head, hand, and heart is a thing to be loved." Thank you for listening. And now we're open to questions.